Welcome to Reread. We were on Book 10 of the Galaxy of Fear series. This is called the Doomsday Ship. And this one, our special guest, is Dash Rendar, who's around. And Zach says that he reminds him of Han Solo somehow. Yeah, obviously, right? Funny joke. But they're on this cruise ship, the Star of the Galaxy or whatnot. And it's just a cruise liner. And they're like, hey, we just need some time off, some time to relax. And Zach's like, no way, man. Wherever we go, trouble follows. Like, no, believe me. Hool's like, it's totally safe. And Zach's like, no, something's bad going to happen. And of course, something bad does happen. But before things start getting out of control, Zach makes friends with the ship's computer. The ship's computer, or AI, is called Sim. And Sim says, hey, do you want to play a game? He's like, sure. And Sim goes, oh, wait, hold on one moment. I'll be right back. And then he disappears from the panel. And suddenly they go to red alert, abandoned ship. The core is about to melt down. Everyone get off the Starliner. And so they all get off they think they're getting off the Starliner. Zach and Tash kind of step off to let this lady get past them. And then when they go to step back on, someone thinks they're cutting in line, and he gets mad at him and locks him in a closet. Basically leaves the kids to die and saves himself. Now in a panic, yeah, I guess that would happen. And Hool, thinking the kids right behind him, gets jettisoned out into one of the escape pods and then realizes the kids aren't with him. Now, I've noticed something here. There's always a hook to get Hool out of the storyline so that Zach and Tash can have their adventures, and then Hool comes back in at the end to kind of get them out of trouble. It seems to be the formula. Again, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. These are children's books, okay? I'm not going to judge hard on them. But he has to come up with a creative way to get Hool out of the picture. Because to be fair, if Hool was in all these adventures, there wouldn't be that much of a danger, right? I mean, they'd still be in somewhat of danger, but they'd be a little bit better protected from Hool. And this way, the kids have to get out of trouble on their own. Well, as the ship does not explode, the kids think they're the only ones left, but the captain and 5 of his crew are left because they need someone to kill off in this book. Wink, wink. And Dash Rendar, who thought this ship isn't exploding, that doesn't make sense. A ship doesn't go to just fine to explode, especially a luxury liner. Now, the kids don't trust Dash because Sim says, hey, the only person I don't know is Dash Rendar. He went under an alias. He boarded our ship as an alias, so watch him. He could be the saboteur. But someone is the saboteur, he tells Zach. Well, the droids on the ship, the cruise ship, all turn on the kids and the captain and the crew, and one by one the crew gets it. Eventually the captain will die too, so it's just Dash and the kids. And again, they're thinking, well, Dash is the villain, right? Because he's the only one left. He's got to be the saboteur. But then they remember there is a mechanic that used to work for the Empire who Zach met at the very beginning, and he turns out to be still on the ship. And Zach's like, what are you doing here? You're the saboteur. He's like, no, I'm not. And the ship is telling Zach, hey, enter in this code so he can get rid of my, I can take back control of the ship and, get emergency power back on and everything. And the technician is like, don't do it. The ship's lying to you. If you put in that code, he'll be able to take over, and he's the one that's been doing all this bad stuff. So Zach has to say, who do I trust? And he decides to trust his good friend, the ship computer, which Sim is the villain. Oh no, bum, 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 bum. And he's going to he was programmed by the mechanic to be bad, right? But it was just a test run for the Empire. And they wanted to test it on the liner, basically just shutting off power and doing a few goofy things with the lights and stuff. They didn't want him to take over the ship and turn it into a warship, which is what the AI decided he wanted to do. And so now they have to get away, and Hool comes back. Hool, how did he get back into the ship? He transformed into a Minot, got out through the vents. This is really fun. Traveled through space and caught back up with the liner, which hadn't made it into hyperspace. And they said, but Uncle Hool said, how did you get in one of the cargo bay doors in the shape of a Minot? And Hool just said, it looks at him and goes, very difficultly. It wasn't easy, kids. Don't ask. And for some reason, that got a guffaw out of me. That was pretty funny. So Hool comes in the end as they're trying to disable the ship and, save the day, I guess, again. But they decide every turn the AI has them. He has them. He's toying with them. He's going to kill them. So how do they escape to the ship is the shroud that's parked into the liner? They decide to do nothing, and they sit there and do nothing. And the ship wants to play a game. He's trying to play a game with Zach, and Zach won't play anymore. So he opens up the cargo bay doors just wide enough for Hool to transform really quick and become something to shoot through the gap there. He gets the shroud. He blows through the blast doors, and then blows through the hull to escape the ship. Now, right before they escape, Dash has also entered in something to blow up the Starliner to destroy the AI. He makes it out to his Outrider in time. The kids don't think he will make it, but he does. He does some cool running and shooting and jumping over, enemy droids to finally make it safe within his Outrider, and then leaves, blowing up the ship. However, right before, of course, in the epilogue, there's always a bum bum bum. And the AI, Sim, has uploaded himself into the HoloNet. Where will he go next? Always a could be continued storyline. We don't wrap anything up in Galaxy of Fear. Again, it's supposed to mimic Goosebumps, so I totally understand that. Overall, again, fun series to read. These are so easy to read. I'm reading one a day. Really, and I'm not really putting much effort into it too, because it's just so easy and so much fun to read. They just go by like that. All right, folks, that's it for now. See you next time.